So in the last video, we discussed identifying test scenarios and designing test cases. And in this video, we're going to focus on categories of test design techniques. So we have a lot of test design techniques, right? And they are grouped into two major categories, which is static and dynamic. Static test design techniques and dynamic test design techniques. So under static test design techniques, we have, static analysis, informal reviews, we have walkthroughs, product walkthroughs or test walkthroughs, technical reviews, we have inspection, right? So these constitute static analysis. During static analysis, of course, the code doesn't need to be executed. The code was not executed, so the app is tested while the code is not running. So that's the gist of static analysis. So under static analysis, of course, we have control flow, data flow, right? Testing the control flow, testing the data flow. All these tests can be run or are run while the code is not being executed, right? So we'll move to dynamic analysis, right? Dynamic test design techniques, right? So under dynamic test design techniques, we have about three major categories, right? We have structure-based techniques, we have experience-based techniques, and we have specification-based techniques, right? Structure-based techniques are like can also be called white box techniques, right? You have some knowledge of the system, right? You have some information about the system under test, right? And there's testing based on some statements, decision, conditions, multiple conditions. Testing is structured in a structured manner, right? That's why it's called structured-based techniques, right? Apart from for experience-based techniques, right? Experience-based techniques, you're testing from experience. You have some experience with the system, right? And so based on that experience, you can run your test, right? Two major types of techniques under experience-based techniques are like error guessing, whereby you check the system, you check specific parts of the system where you think errors are likely to occur, right? So there's also exploratory testing, whereby you just do a quick look through of the system, to test some specific parts of the system, in a very short and concise way to be sure that those parts are working, right? So these tests, and you don't need documentation to run these tests, because from your experience, you know where to look, you know what to click on and where to test, right? So these are experience-based techniques. Also have specification-based techniques, right? Specification-based techniques are also known as black box techniques, right? We have techniques such as equivalence partitioning, boundary value analysis, use case testing, state transition testing, decision tables, so these are black box techniques, right? You don't have some info about the system, right? You don't have little to no information about the system, right? You just have the system that you want to test, right? So these are some of the techniques that you can employ to run your test, right? These are some of the techniques you can employ to run a test. I will be covering more of these techniques in the upcoming videos. So that's it for test design, categories of test design techniques. I'll see you in the next video.